This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Jay McLevin. How's it going, guys?
Watching some baseball, man.
Yeah, it's going pretty good, man. Obviously, it's a good game on today, for sure. So I don't know what your weather's like out there, but man, this weather's beautiful out here. I don't know what's going on in Houston, but the fact that it's like I go outside and not sweat my what's off. That's a pretty good day, Tony. I don't know. Is y'all's weather pretty good out there right now?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Probably about 82, 83 right now, Chris.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. It was like 88 yesterday. I think today's like 83, 84, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So not bad.
I think our weather's right there with yours. I think we're probably experiencing the same type of weather then.
Well, guys, let's jump into it right now. We've got the Tigers and Cleveland going at it. Game started at 1:08. Game's tied to 1-1 at the end of the, I think the fourth, I believe. I think it was the end of the fourth. You got for the Tigers, you got their main guy Scoble going. He's 13-6 against Cleveland's guy who really got hot down the stretch. Williams, who's 12-5. Real quick on that, before we talk about this game, we just want to let you guys know what Cleveland did to get here, guys. Cleveland was 15.5 out at the All-Star break. And not only that, they were 10 games out on September 1st. They went 20-7 in the month of September to come back and win this division. So that's pretty impressive. Cleveland's got to be the hottest team in baseball right now. So we'll see how this series pans out. Also, I'll give the other pitching matchups, and we'll talk about these games a little bit. At 3:08, we got the Cubs with Boyd on the mound. He's 14-8 against San Diego's Pivetta, who's 13-5. 6:08 Eastern time, Boston's got their main guy, Crochet, 18-5 against the Yankees' main guy, Fried, who's 19-5. And then at 9:08, the records ain't real great on these two guys, but both these guys had been injured during the season. Hunter Green, 7-4 against Blake Snell, 5-4 for the Dodgers. Both of them real good pitchers, though, but had some injury problems during the season. So, guys, let's talk about the Tigers and Cleveland game right now. We're tied 1-1. I think we're getting ready to go to the top of the fifth, I believe. What are you thinking about this game so far, Jay?
Well, the first thing that's I find interesting to me is, I don't know if you guys were tracking this. I certainly wasn't tracking this until I saw the article a few minutes ago. But Cleveland actually activated Chase DeLaTour, an outfielder that was playing AAA ball. They activated him for this series. This is the first time since I think it was 1970. No, I don't think it was quite that far back. It's 2000. I apologize. So Decatur could be the first player to debut in the postseason since 2020, when Tampa Bay pitcher Shane McClanahan and San Diego pitcher Ryan Weathers and Minnesota outfielder Alex Krylov all accomplished that feat. So it's interesting that Cleveland promoted or brought up DeLaTour in the playoffs. Now, he was, to be all the factual data, he was hurt for the majority of the season. So I think that's probably why it got delayed so long. I guess now he's finally healthy and they decided to activate him. Do you think it was good on their part to deactivate or put somebody in there that doesn't have any MLB experience at this level, or even now the playoff level? Is that good? Is that smart on their part?
Is he a pitcher or a hitter, Jay?
He's an outfielder.
Outfielder, probably just an extra bat. I mean, probably a guy that probably's got a good stick and they could use in a pinch hit situation, or he might be fast, or just a guy that's going to be probably not going to play a lot, but that could come in a certain situation. I figure that's what I would think. I'm not sure. Chris, what do you think?
That's what they're saying. Real quick, just to give you the last part of the information, so Chris has all the info. It says the DeLaTour is among 7 left-handed bats on the Guardians bench and could come in to play center or right field. So I think what you're saying, Tony, is exactly what they're doing. They're bringing an extra lefty in there to put on the bench. Gonzo?
Yeah, this is bringing a guy in for depth. He might not even play in the series. It's basically unless he's probably there for a certain situation. If they use a certain pitcher, they'll bring him up if it's a certain spot. The Reds kind of done that with a rookie we have, and then but of course it wasn't in the playoffs, and then he's been playing been hitting the ball real good for us. South Stewart. They brought him up. He's been hitting close to at one time was right around 280, 290. I think he's fell down about 270 now, but has 4 or 5 home runs, and that's just in about a month of up in the big leagues. And I expect him to be a big part of the playoff run. But yeah, I mean it probably is a smart move because if they're bringing the guy up to be a pinch hitter like that, that means they believe in him. Like that's basically why Miguel Handler is on the Reds for one reason. That's the hit against left-handed pitching because he hits hits like 400 against lefties. Like that's the only reason that's like he don't even get a lot of playing time with the Reds. But I'll be damned if that dude isn't going to bat in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. If there's a left-handed pitcher out there, he's going to get inserted in the bat. That would probably be something like they'll use with him. Probably just certain situations.
That or also he could be an outfielder. Maybe he's a good defensive player too. He could be a defensive substitution. You know, hey, he's a real great outfielder. We can put him in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, that type of thing. If you got a lead, you know, hey, we're up 2 runs. We don't want no balls getting behind us. We want no mistakes. He's a upgrade in the outfield, so we can put him in. That'd be the only other thing that I can think of. So far, the Cleveland pitchers had 6 strikeouts. And Detroit Scobles looked good other than that last inning. Got a little bit of trouble with a couple of walks that hurt him. They had a play at the plate. They called the guy out, and he was saved by a mile, so they got that changed.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be a good game, and the Cleveland fans are fired up, of course.
I don't know what that umpire was looking at because that wasn't even close. That wasn't even close. Like his whole from this far of his arm was across home plate when he got tagged. Like it wouldn't. I mean, it wasn't even close.
No, he missed that one definitely. Guys, let's talk about the 3:08 game. Eastern time. The Cubs with Boyd on the mound against San Diego Pivetta. I know Chris. I think me and Jay both thought I think we both took the Cubs the other day. But you like San Diego. Why do you like San Diego in this situation?
Because the Cubs don't have one of their top pitchers now, Horton.
Horton. Okay.
That was the main reason for me was, and that Padres lineup can be a bear to get through.
Yep.
Cubs have a good offensive lineup as well. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubs won. I just favored the Padres a little bit, and just because of the injury to one of the Cubs' top pitchers.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty even series. I kind of agree with you. I went with the Cubs. Honestly, I went with the Cubs because they're at home, because they had the home field advantage. That's the only reason I went with the Cubs. But Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I understand your rationale, and I certainly understand where Gonzo's coming from when you're missing one of your top pitchers. I mean, it hurts. It isn't Wrigley, so I am going to pull for that direction, at least on this game, and then we'll see how it goes from there. And so I actually did choose the Cubs. So yeah, and again, Kyle Tucker's on that team, and I know what kind of hitter Kyle Tucker is, especially when it comes postseason. And they're going to need a big bat from Kyle in this series going up against San Diego.
Yeah, but he's just now coming back off a big injury. He's only been back for like one.
That is true. That is true.
Like one or 2 games to finish regular season.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's actually good. I get that. That's good. I don't know. I'm still gonna ride with the Cubs. It's still at home. I'm gonna ride with the home team. But this could be a really good series long term.
Next game, 6:08 Eastern, Boston at the Yankees. Guys, this is a game here that I think the winner of this game wins the series. I really do. I think the winner, because you got Fried going for the Yankees, he's their main guy, and you got Cochet going for Boston. Cochet's their main guy, 18-5. I think the winner of this game is going to win the series. I mean, Boston's played the Yankees tough. I favor the Yankees because they're at home. But if Fried was to lose this game tonight, if the Yankees lose this game tonight, I think Boston takes this series. So because these two teams are close, and they don't like each other. Hell, we were liable to see a fight during this series. It wouldn't shock me. Jay, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of intensity. New York and Boston, they don't like each other, so I expect to see a lot of intensity. I'm actually really looking forward to this game as well. Max, I call him Fried. He could go from Fried to Fried if he don't pitch good, though. So we'll see how that turns out. But look, these guys are on an 8-game winning streak, man. They are full of momentum coming into this thing. For the most part, they're definitely healthy enough to make a deep push. Boston's on a 1-game win coming into the postseason. Can't put them past Boston. Can't put them past Bregman. But I think Bellinger is going to have and between Bellinger, Stanton, and Judge and all those guys, they might have a little bit more firepower than what Boston has. So I'm going to ride with the hot hand of Fried and the hot hand of the Yankees right now, especially like you said, it's in New York. And they're not, and I think this Yankees team is primed for a deep push.
Okay, Chris?
Did you just hit that dude in the face?
That was that was an old clip. I thought he just hit him too, but it was an old clip. It was showing
Like,
something.
damn, I looked down for a minute. I missed the guy getting hit in the face. What the fuck?
Yeah. It was an old clip. It was a clip that had something that happened earlier. I think it was earlier this year. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but yeah, I was thinking, what the hell? But yeah, it was old.
Red Sox Yankees. I think it's going to be a real competitive series. I favor the Yankees because they're at home, but I wouldn't. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Red Sox was able to pull the series off. Red Sox are a scrappy team, and they definitely played better the second half of the season than they did the first. But the Yankees have gotten healthy and have been playing pretty good baseball as of late. So
yeah,
I'll go with the Yankees being especially being all 3 games are in New York.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, I think the key for Boston is to win this first game. I think if they win this first game, I think they got a good shot. Next up, 9:08 Eastern, Cincinnati Reds with Hunter Green 7-4 against the Dodgers. Blake Snell. I kind of feel the same way about this series. I think the Reds need to win this first game. I think to really have a good shot, put the pressure on the Dodgers. The Dodgers bullpen is question mark. Of course, you know they'll bring some other pitchers in, but to me, the biggest question mark has been the closer, and I think it's hard to put a new guy in to be a closer. I mean, you can bring a guy in middle relief, but it's harder to bring a guy into the closer position. That's kind of almost like a specialty thing to a certain degree. If you haven't done it a lot, then it can be hard to be consistent at it. So I think the Reds have got a shot at this series, but I think honestly they need to win the first game. Of course, I'll say if they lose tonight, well, the big key is to win tomorrow. So you know how that goes. But I do think it'd be a big advantage if the Reds could win Game 1. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the Reds' chances tonight with Hunter Green on the mound. The 7-4 record is a little deceiving when it comes to Hunter Green. Especially if you look at what he's done since he's been back from the injury over the last couple of weeks. He pitched a complete game, 1-hit shutout against the Cubs just the other day, and then the start after that, he went 8 innings and only gave up 1 or 2 hits, no runs. He's one of the better pitchers in baseball. I think he would have had a chance for the Cy Young this year if he had that growing issue that had him took him out a couple different times in the season. But no, I agree with you. It'd be big to win the night's game because if you win the night's game, then you're putting all the pressure flips over to the Dodgers for tomorrow because it's a winner go home game. With it being only a 3-game series, but no, I expect a good game tonight. But no, I do like the Reds' chances. We've been playing good baseball. We had to play good baseball basically the whole second half of the season to make it to the playoffs because we had the second toughest schedule in baseball the second half of the season. So it wasn't like we got here by beating beating weak teams. If you look at the Reds record, we're 500 against teams that are in the playoffs. We had a losing record against the teams that wasn't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We tend to play up to our competition or down to our competition. So I'm feeling pretty good about tonight's game. I'm ready to go. I just wish when that 10 after 9.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can put the pressure on and get this first win because honestly, the Reds ain't got nothing to lose. Nobody picked the Reds to be here. Maybe me and you, Chris. The start of the season, and that was kind of hopes. We didn't know anything for sure.
I got laughed at when I said the Reds was going to make the playoffs.
That's true. We did get laughed at. That's true. And so I mean, yeah, we got laughed at by a few guys. But that's true.
One of them sitting right next to you.
That's true. But the thing of it is, we don't have nothing to lose, so we should play loose. And like I said, if we could get that first game and flip all that pressure on the Dodgers. The one thing is Blake Snell. I know same thing as like Hunter Green. His record's only 5-4, but he's a lot better pitcher than that. One of the best pitchers in baseball because he had some injury problems too. And also, he's been some games where he left the game with a lead, and then his bullpen has screwed it all up. And he didn't get the loss, but he didn't get the win.
And there's been games like that for Hunter Green too, where he didn't give up. He didn't give up no runs, but they'd be down 1-0, or he didn't give up no runs, but it'd be 0-0 or whatever when he got out, so he didn't get a win. Like there was some wins he missed out on. No, I got laughed at when I said the Reds was going to make the playoffs, just like I got laughed at when I said the Pacers was going to make the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
You would think these guys would start learning that they should listen to it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Tony and Chris, we're going to be saying the same thing back here tomorrow when the Fever get this bad boy done tonight.
I hope so. That's going to be a toughie tonight. Okay,
It will
Jay.
be.
Jay, your thoughts on the Reds and the Dodgers real quick.
My thoughts or anything that's Indiana or Ohio related is trash. Just trash. And by the way, I wasn't laughing at the Reds. I think Tony knows, and I said this multiple times, that you guys were just going to have the harder route to get to the playoffs.
I'm talking about the very beginning of the season. Here lately, you have been saying, no, I'll give you that. I'm talking about the very beginning of the season.
You
at the beginning, you're always trash. It's not my fault you turn trash into good stuff. Congratulations. No,
Yeah, Jay,
in all seriousness, though,
You would know about some trash in that way, you know what I'm saying?
no, I don't know, Glenn. Why don't you explain it to me? What do I not know? Suck it's a fucking dash. Okay.
Yep. Yep, that's good, Jay.
No, hey, look. Here's one. This is what kind of complexes me about the Dodgers. So you got a left-handed pitcher that you guys are throwing on the mound tonight, and Hunter Green, and they went. Or correction, I might have that back. I think you guys are right-handed. Yeah, right. I probably right-handed than Hunter Green, and the Dodgers are going with a left-handed Blake Snell. I'm wondering why they went left-handed versus right-handed when they could have probably put Yamamoto in there, who's a right-handed, and have him go up against Hunter, and then come back with Blake Snell against Little, or who's your third? I know one of your guys. It might be is Abbott. Is Abbott the left? I think Abbott's left-handed, ain't he?
Yeah.
I think it's Abbott that I'm actually thinking about. Yeah. So you could have had Snell go up against Abbott, and had Kershaw go up against Little, and had Yamamoto go against Hunter Green tonight. That's kind of the way I thought it was going to their rotation was going to do, based on you guys going with the lefty or the righty. I don't know why they counteracted with the lefty. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
Well,
but
let me ask you a question. Why is that weird to you? Why is it weird to go with the lefty just because we were pitching the righty?
So okay, let me ask you this: how many left-handed batters are on your team? Do you know offhand? I don't know offhand.
We probably got Friedel, Andujar, Dela Cruz is a switch. I'd say 5, 6, something like that, somewhere around there, off the top of my head.
I would say my opinion, they went with Snell because of experience.
That's true, but his postseason experience isn't all that great. His regular season is, but his postseason hasn't been the best.
Yeah,
That might be why he's going up tonight.
Yeah, but
You know, you must.
Yeah.
The Japanese guy though, how much experience he got in the playoffs, if any?
Well, I mean, in MLB, not because this is his first year, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, most of this is in the Japanese league.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's the reason, Jay. That's just my opinion.
No,
I think
I got you. I just felt like, Snell's been injured a lot this season.
Yeah.
He just now has kind of found his groove back. I just thought they might have gone with like a Yamamoto or maybe even like Glasnow or something along those lines to start the series off. But
who's pitching game 3 for them?
on theirs, I don't even think they have anybody listed for game 3, at least not right now. Not what I saw on the schedule. So I don't think they have anybody. Yeah, they don't have any. Right now, they got Snell going against Green. They got Yamamoto going against Little. And then right now, the space is blank. So I don't think they've even chosen that person yet.
They need to be ready in case it comes down to it.
Well, that's a decision they can make the day of. Or
no.
It's not a big deal.
They ain't gonna need a pitcher for game 3 because there's not gonna be a game 3.
Okay, let's go, man.
Man, you got the Reds getting shut out?
Nah, he got us winning. He probably got us to sweep them.
Hey, I mean, it can happen. Hey, look,
it can happen.
LA, I will give, but LA is coming off of a sweep against Seattle. That's another team that's coming in hot, right? I mean, Seattle is a qualified team, and as a matter of fact, they got the number 2 bye. So I'm surprised. I mean, they are coming off of a really good opponent on a sweep into the playoffs.
So are we? We're coming off beating the Brewers in a series.
Not sweet, but
I get it. I get it. And that's what I'm saying.
We swept the Cubs in a 4-game series right before that.
Yeah. Well, we won 7 out of our last 10. Dodgers.
You're right. The Dodgers are hot. Dodgers are a good team. It's not going to be easy. But
It's going to be such a damn good matchup, man. I'll tell you that much.
It ain't even about the Dodgers being hot. It's the Dodgers about being the best team at home in baseball. They are very hard to beat at home. That's the biggest key than anything. They are really hard to beat at home. If we get that job done, that's a hell of a job.
And I really do, and I hope y'all do, because again, LA, I look at LA like I look at New York Yankees. I hate them both. So, hey, listen, it would make me happy if you guys were to beat the Dodgers. Not only would it make me happy, but it would piss Jonathan Mathis off. And at the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I want to see him sulking. I want to see a crying titty baby moment from Jonathan Mathis contemplating the meaning of his life over the Los Angeles Dodgers.
If the Reds would sweep the Dodgers, Mathis might not make it. That may be the end of Jonathan Mathis. He might have to have a heart attack and pass away.
Hey, Chris, what's the over-under on Jonathan losing his shit if the Dodgers poop the bed against the Reds?
He'll lose his shit as soon as the Reds score a run tonight.
Yeah. we won't even see the third inning. It'll be like the top of the second, and he'll be saying something.
If the Reds was to score first and it gets 1-0 Reds, and it's like it could be first inning of the game.
Yeah.
He'll flip out. It'll be over.
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, Frankie?
Good to see you with us, Frankie. Hang tight for a minute. Glenn's going to tell us about the Reds. You can tell us about the Reds. And then I do want to circle back to you, Frankie, because we've already talked about the Yankees or the Spankies, whatever y'all want to call them. But we do want to get your since this is your team and your guard tonight, you do need to talk on it. But
real quick before Glenn goes, I will be talking. If the Reds do get the sweep down, I'll be talking quite a bit of shit to your brother, because he was already talking shit on Sunday about.
Oh yeah, he's a Dodger fan. My brother Steve.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah.
He was telling me, he goes, it don't matter if they get in, because they're just going to lose to the Dodgers in the first round. He goes, you're just prolonging your inevitable. He was giving this shit the whole day. So he better hope.
And it is. I mean, because you guys,
he better hope the Reds don't beat those Dodgers, because he's going to get it back tenfold for me and Stevie.
Yeah, I've already heard it too. I told my wife, "Hey, the Reds made the playoffs." She said, "They did." Yeah, she said, "That's good." Who they play? The Dodgers. Well, too bad they're going home. I've already heard the same thing.
I mean, you guys are. I mean, let's be honest though. You guys are the big underdogs in this.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
In this one. So
gotta
there's
be-
a lot. Yeah, but the
We gotta
smack
be-
talk, if you guys win, is enormous.
That's true.
Glenn.
Big Glenn?
I tell you what, man, I like how Terry Francona has got this team around and going and stuff. So I think Hunter Green's gonna have a great game tonight. It's gonna be a low scoring game. I feel like it's gonna be like a 3-2 or like a 2-1 kind of deal. Reds
Yeah,
take this bad boy
I
tonight.
agree. FanDuel has the over under set at 7, and I think that's too high. I don't see 7 runs.
I don't either.
Not with
Otani ain't gonna get shit tonight.
not with these two pitchers. I really don't see 7 runs. But I mean, you never know.
Okay, Frankie, I see you're fired up and ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to go, man.
I'm ready. I'm so ready that I put my camera on to show you Frankie the Yankee is here and he is ready. I cannot wait. I wanted to come in a little while ago because when you guys were talking about my team, I was thinking of a Joe Hendry thing, and I was going to come in and be like, say my team and I up here. You know, I was going to do something beautiful, but the hell with it. I'm excited. I'm ready. But let me talk about your team first, since that's, let me calm down for a minute. It's October baseball, baby J. I know you don't know what that is right now. It's okay. Maybe next year. Let me sit back and let me breathe.
Oh, yeah, I see all this Reds gear, Yankees gear. Where's the Astros gear at?
Well, hold on. I'm glad you said that. It's currently in dry cleaning because I didn't want to wash it until after we weren't in the playoffs. So I've got 10 years of success on that jersey, and I got 4 World Series appearances in the last 9. So my jerseys were a little tired, so I had to sit them in the dry cleaning. You'll know that one day, Gonzo, and take
It's the story. That's exactly where it's at.
Frankie had watched that jersey since 2009.
Hey, good thing I went to Jay's house.
So he
Dude, that
understands.
jersey would have been stinking like a motherfucker. Ain't been washed for like 12 years.
Yeah.
It will be that white.
When I'm wearing it.
No, Jay sent it to the cleaners to try to wash that failure off from this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm confused.
after
about
9
everybody
years,
thinking
you gotta give it a wash.
I'm
So.
He
confused
did put that
about-
shit in storage.
That one day.
Why
You'll
does
understand
everybody
that.
think he took it to the dry cleaners? That shit is air drying in Cancun right now, under the sun. There ain't no air, like there's no dry cleaner.
He'll put that zip line.
Hey, I done had 4 Mai Tais, and I got my Reds people that'll be coming in pretty soon. I got the Yankees that'll be coming in pretty soon. So yeah, don't worry. I got the couch. It's warm. It's plush. Everything the Yankees want it to be.
Keep talking like that, Jay. 'Cause we know how baseball works. Keep talking like that, baby. But on the real note, I heard that the Dodgers are starting Blake Snell tonight. Am I not mistaken?
Yep.
Okay, well, I think that's just dumb. I don't know why you wouldn't start Yamamoto in game 1. He is like your go-to guy right now. But you know what? I don't care. I wouldn't be surprised if the Reds win this game, because the last time these two teams faced off, the Reds actually beat them in the series. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Reds, come in and win this game. But I'm also not going to sit here and say some dumb stuff like what Glenn just said about Terry Francona. Listen, the hell with the way Terry Francona is coaching this team. He's not coaching this team anything, okay? You guys snuck in there because the Mets couldn't win, all right? A top dollar payroll team that's second in the league behind the Dodgers didn't make it because they're just trash, okay? They're just trash. They thought they could be us, and they're not us. All right, you took Juan Soto from us. You talked that shit, and look where you're at now.
Yeah, fuck Juan Soto.
Yeah, you shut your mouth, little kid. It's my turn. Frankie the Yankee's on the mic right now. You don't disrespect me or interrupt me. All right.
That's true. If you do that again, I have to dock you $5 for interrupting Frankie, the Yankee. And by the way, it's so bad over there that Alonso's looking to come over to the Yankees. What?
I don't care what anybody says, Terry Francona, whatever. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say you guys might not lose. I'm not gonna sit here and say you guys might win. I'm just gonna sit here and say I wouldn't be surprised if you win, but on paper you guys should lose. Don't get upset if you lose. Just be excited that you are finally here. You made it to a spot where Jay's team isn't in, and that's some success that you can always say over him for at least a year. So just enjoy this moment. Okay, enjoy this moment. Sit back, relax, because you never know if you could get this moment again. Look at the Texas Rangers, right? Look at the Houston Astros, right? I mean, look at the New York Mets. That's the team that was in the NLCS last year. Now they're not even in the wild card. So, I mean, enjoy this moment, guys. All right? Sit back, have fun. I know you guys are late night game because it's West Coast, which is trash. I'm sorry. That sucks. You got to wait all night. But enjoy it and have fun. Don't let Jake get into your guys' ear. I would be happy for you guys if you guys do win, because you guys know out of everyone in this world how much I hate the Dodgers right now.
It don't start till 10 after 9.
But
Yeah, I appreciate you,
quick,
Frankie.
as a New Yorker, I'm gonna turn my mic off because I'm a New Yorker, all right? And you know what we do in New York during wild card playoff baseball? We smoke cigarettes before we get stressed.
He didn't even talk about his Yankees. He just kind of mostly talked about y'all. I thought he was going to talk about the Yankees a little bit. Nobody wants to hear about that garbage team anyway.
I thought you wanted to go on another segment.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
You guys
It's the
already know how I
Yankees.
feel. You guys, I don't need to explain it.
You guys are like on auto pay. You're automatically going to lose.
Jay, you shut your mouth. You wanted something out of me, you're going to get it out of me. We're going to smash the stink socks, okay? We're going to smash these bum socks. We're going to smash these color-coded freaking socks that one is white and one is red. I don't understand what's the favorite color of socks, but I wear black and I wear blue, baby. We're going to smash these red socks, and I can't wait for it. Garrett Crochet, he had our number in the regular season, but tonight is the night. We're going in 0-0. Regular season don't mean shit. Your ERA against the Yankees don't mean shit in the regular season. This is wild card baseball. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's get this win. Let's smash the Sox. Let's sweep them and put them back on the pedestal where they belong. Let's go, Yankees!
Don't forget auto pay.
All right, guys, let's move on to some Monday Night Football real quick. We have Miami over the Jets, 27-21. Miami had 300 yards total offense, 123 rushing. The Jets had 404 yards total offense, 197 yards rushing. So they really ran the football well. But the big thing for them, it had 3 fumbles and 13 penalties for 101 yards. So that's what killed the Jets. Jets killed themselves, honestly. And then the other big story coming out of this, Tyreek Hill done for the season for the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins get the win, but probably overall got a bigger loss than they did the win. So, Chris, your thoughts on this game real quick.
The Jets jetted like they always do. For one, the turnovers got them down way too far, and then they got their offense going again, but it was a little bit too late. Excuse me. Got to cut out the penalties, and their defense has to be up. Their defense has to play better too. Like, I understand you had the turnovers, but even without that, they were letting them drive up and down the field pretty easy for the most part. So I expected the Jets defense to look better than that, especially against Miami.
Frankie.
I enjoyed that game last night. I love every single moment of the Jets' downfall. I hate the Jets more than I hate the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins because my wife was happy seeing her team smash the Jets last night. But I agree with you guys. The Jets do what they normally do, and that's jet away their franchise. I mean, you had a guy that was literally about to score a touchdown, and you fumbled it right there before it even crosses the goal line. And then you have another fumble I think it was from the quarterback. It was just a full-on, and the penalties killed him as well. I think it was like over 10 penalties for like close to 100 yards. That's going to kill you as well. So I don't know if if that coach need to be more disciplinary to his team. But you're not going to win football games like that, especially having a comeback game against Tampa Bay not so long ago. And for you to come against a division rival and lose the way you did, it kind of sucks. But I feel sorry for the Miami Dolphins, man. Losing Tyreek Hill, that's going to hurt so much. But then again, it's going to open up a lot of help for Jalen Waddle and him getting more catches and more yards. So that's on the bright side. But for fantasy owners, if you got Tyreek Hill, man, I am so sorry. Oh, Tony, how the hell you got Tyreek Hill? What's his name?
I got him in one of my leagues. I'm in 2 leagues. I got him in one of my leagues.
Okay. I was about to say, how you got T. Higgins, freaking Jamar Chase, and Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, I got him in one of them. It must be the other league I'm in, not this league. But yeah, I got him in one of my leagues.
Damn, I'm sorry, Tony. That sucks, man. It's same people. Same for the people who got Malik Nabers, man. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, one of our leagues, I think it was one that me and Chris and my son runs. One guy had Hill. No, maybe it's in our league. Somebody had Hill and Neighbors both. They both went out.
It ain't me.
Okay,
What's up, Billy?
Jay, what do you think about this? About the Miami and the Jets game?
Yeah. So the first thing, obviously, the biggest thing was losing Tyreek Hill for Miami. They're going to lose that guy for 2 years. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't come back a little earlier, but he tore every damn ligament in there. I mean, that was basically Nick Chubb 2.0. And maybe
Ian Rappaport did come out this morning and said that Tyreek Hill most likely will miss the 2026 season as well. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That dude, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. And the last time I saw something like that, it had Alex Smith on it, and it had Nick Chubb on it. And, you know, those types of injuries, not that you can't come back like Nick Chubb did and play, but you're not going to be anywhere near who you were. Like Tyreek, his whole career is built on speed. He's not a good route runner. He's not very tall. What does he have if you take away his speed that keeps him in the league? And I don't think he has anything. So I mean, I know they're talking about him coming back after the 26th season, but what does that even really look like? I don't think it's not gonna be the same Tyreek. That's for damn sure. So I wonder what his career looks like post injury. I think that's the biggest question mark for me. Because if you ask me, I think that's almost like a career ender for him, especially at that position. Could be wrong, but that injury did, especially with his age, it doesn't look good. You got to think. So if I'm Miami, I'm thinking like, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, Tyreek's a done issue. Where do we go from here? How do we spin from here? How to develop the team? So it's going to be curious to see what Miami does going forward. But in terms of that game, I thought Justin Fields did good. Didn't turn the ball over. Had 81 yards rushing too as well on top of it. Had 2 touchdowns, 1 pass and 1 rushing. Thought he did a good job. The Jets as a whole didn't come through, right? I felt like, you know, they should have been able to beat Miami because Miami has not been playing good ball at all. Tua did do well, though. He did have 2 touchdowns. It wasn't like Tua did bad, but I think it's still, you know, when it comes to the Jets organization, they're just like they're a little bit, obviously they're behind talent wise from where Chicago is, but both of those teams have always had cultural issues. And I think this is the first time. I know Ben Johnson's doing his cultural change in Chicago, and you can see it. But I think it's going to take a little while for there to be a cultural change in the Jets organization. But I think you can see it now. They're playing better. They're even though they're losing, the Jets are playing better than they have in previous seasons, I feel like. But then that team still has a ways to go.
I wonder if Tyreek Hill's ex-wife texted him before the game and said, break a leg.
Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
All right, Big Glenn.
Yeah, the way his leg was twisted last night, and when Frankie had shared that in the group chat, because I was watching the Raw at the time, and I was like, yeah, he's done. And now, based on the reports that came out this morning, he's about to be done because the only thing that he had to go back to what Jay was saying was he has speed. That was about it. And I have a hard time seeing him be back in the league.
Yeah, guys, I think Miami may be done completely. I think you're going to see a new coach. I think you may see a complete overhaul of Miami. You may see a new quarterback. You may see a completely different system. I think Miami's done for. I don't think the coach thing, the quarterback thing's worked out really that great. Depending on who the new coach is they bring in, I don't know if that quarterback will still be there. I look for a big change in Miami. Miami's in worse shape than the Jets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I just wonder how long it goes before McDaniel is out of the job at Miami. Because if I'm him and I just lost Tyreek Hill, yeah, I got the great win, but then again, sometimes, you know, you could use that injury thing as an escape bug to keep your job a little longer because your natural thing is, well, you know, I lost to these guys, that and the other. So could that prolong his firing? I don't think so. I think it was done at the end of the day.
Yeah, McDaniel is going to be done on Black Monday, the first day or the Monday after the last game of the year. So
I'm not sure he even makes it the whole season. But, hey guys, I'm going to have to go. Just a real quick update: that Detroit has took the lead in the top of the 7, 2-1. So you guys have a good day, and I will
catch you later, Tony.
talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, be good, brother.
Must be bus time.
Yeah, you got to get down to that bus.
Yeah, I can't believe the kids out on the road like that. You know.
And then there's the Broncos game, though. What y'all think about the Broncos game, Chris?
Since my thoughts on that is Cincinnati isn't going to be worth the fuck no matter who their quarterback is if they don't get an offensive line. Their offensive line is terrible. Their Broncos was getting sacks, rushing 3 guys. They were literally rushing 3 guys and getting to the quarterback last night. A lot in that game. So I don't care if it's Browning, if they go out and try to get another quarterback, it's not going to matter if they don't get their offensive line fixed.
Yeah, I agree, Glenn. So you got 2 Ferraris now sitting in the garage in Cincinnati, and Chase and Higgins. Can't nobody get the damn ball to either one of the Ferraris because your offensive line is basically just letting people come in and mollywop your quarterback and then hope it on a prayer.
So,
what do you think about this Bengals, man?
It's that what you just said about the 2 Ferraris is a similar meme that I saw last night on Facebook. It may have been referencing that, but I can't remember exactly. It was a Lamborghini in the hood, and somebody's driving in the hood. You know? That's exactly what's going on in Cincinnati, and it sucks because but Broncos are a good team to take care of business. I hate to say it, but that second game last night was a who gives a fuck kind of game.
Frankie, man, you seen how bad this Cincinnati Bengals team is. They have no O-line. They have pretty much no defense, almost non-existent. You got $200 million guys sitting in your garage, but you can't do nothing with them. If you're ownership or even the GM of Cincinnati, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
Man, if I'm the GM of Cincinnati, I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, the only thing you can do is worry about your job, honestly. Because when we see franchises like this, not only do a head coach get fired, but a GM gets fired as well, because you're the one that, is okaying the money and the payroll for these players to stay around. But like Chris said, they're worried about spending money on their wide receivers, their quarterback, their one defensive player, and then spending some money on key play, like not key players, but like some extra help players that they need, instead of worrying about an offensive line to protect your quarterback. Because if you was to get an offensive line, Joe Burrow will still be out there playing right now. You wouldn't be sitting in the situation you're sitting in now. So if I'm the GM, I'm right now trying to figure out what can I do to fix this offensive line. Like Chris said, you could just get one good key piece, to revamp that offensive line if you could. And I feel like that one key piece should be the blindside blocker, because what I saw last night was the blindside blocker was literally on his ass all game. He could not stay up to protect Browning whatsoever. And I don't want to put this on Browning because, it's not his fault. You can't complete passes or throw passes or anything like that if the offensive line isn't holding you down to give you time. So if I'm the GM, I'm gonna have to look at that offensive line and see what we can do, to shape things up.
Yeah, because they were hitting Browning before he could even get his back foot on the ground to throw the ball.
That tells me that offensive line is missing assignments.
That's what I'm saying. Before he ever got his back foot on the ground to plant the throw, he was getting hit. Like he didn't have it. He didn't have a prayer last night.
Yeah, again, you could definitely tell that those offensive linemen were missing assignments. I saw a couple of them turn left and a couple of them turn right, and there's a big-ass gap right in the middle, and that dude just getting hit, unencumbered, just getting knocked out. And I'm like, I saw that, and I'm like, did that really just happen? And that tells me, and look, the Cowboys, I know this real well. because the Cowboys do the same damn thing. They give $100 million to Zeke, $100 million to Amari, God knows over $100 million to Dak, and then we have nothing left. And now we're in cap. And if you look at us right now, we're still in cap hell. Our cap is horrible. Can't do nothing about it. And that's why I felt like I'm pretty sure I can speak for this for you two guys as well, is that if you put all your money in the wide receivers and your quarterback, but nothing in your O-line or D-line or this out of the other, what are you really expecting to take away from the season?
It don't matter what you have at any other position if you don't have if you can't win the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball. That's how you win football games, is winning the line of scrimmage. On offense, your offensive lineman has to win. On defense, your defensive line has to win. That's where you build your team at. If you don't, if you're not good there, it don't matter who your quarterback is or who your wide receivers are. If you can't do anything up front on either side of the ball, you're screwed.
Yeah, you know the analogy I look at the Cincinnati Bengals is they are hood rich. They have a jalopy of a car, but they got $1,000 rims all over it and a nice ass stereo system.
Hey, how's it
You
going,
know what
bud?
I'm saying? But the car can't take the stereo system and the rims anywhere if it's got a busted radiator. It just seems like, I mean, that's the analogy I have for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I don't understand an upper level management, where you're not putting your money. And Zach Taylor, I don't know how much he's to blame. I don't know how much decision or how much weight he has given the ownership. But if he's not saying, "Hey, look, ownership, I need these great wide receivers, but I also need an O-line." I wonder how much he's involved in the process of it all, or is he just kind of the scapegoat that's going to be the scapegoat because management didn't give him the right tools?
I don't mean to go off subject here, but I'm watching this game right now, and it's kind of scary that Skubal is 7 innings deep with 94 pitches, and he's still throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, 94-mile-an-hour sliders. It's like 92-mile-an-hour sinkers. Like, this is a bit scary right now.
Dude, but look how big Skubal is. The last time I seen a pitcher with that kind of a physique, his name was Roger Clemens. I mean, big dudes like that could throw hard. There's a lot of weight coming behind that pitch to increase that velocity.
Quick update: Skubal just threw a 101-mile-per-hour sinker ball to strike out the side. End of the 7th inning. We're going to the top of the 8th with the Tigers up 2-1 here in the wild card game 1 of the 2025 MLB postseason, where Jay's team, the Astros, are not in.
You know what, though? I will tell you this. Like, guys that are throwing 100 mile an hour or 99 or 94 or 92 mile an hour sinkers and sliders and curves, things like that with that high spin rate, things like that, those are the guys that usually go to Tommy John. Because that violent motion to generate that kind of speed and top spin to get that kind of miles per hour on your sinker is ridiculous. And I think that's another issue why there's so many Tommy Johns in MLB is because we're so focused on spin rate on these off-speed which should be off-speed pitches, but they're not really off-speed pitches anymore. Now they're just as high as your fastball. And I don't know if the arm is meant for that kind of movement or that kind of whipping action. I don't know.
You see these. You got parents of high school kids that are having their kids have Tommy John surgery when they don't need it because they think it's going to make them better. So ain't nothing going to change there because there's big money in it, and there's going to be and that's how these pitchers are being successful. Is the more you can make a pitch look like a fastball and break later and later on its way to the plate. That's how pitchers make their money. Because like if it looks like a fastball, 58 feet of that 60 foot, but that last 2 foot, the motherfucker falls out because it's hard for the batter to lay off because by then you already have to make your decision or you're going to be so late on the ball that you're. So yeah, I mean, Like Hunter Green, he throws 101, 102, but then he'll throw a 90-mile-per-hour slider.
Yeah. That's crazy. 90 miles an hour. You know, typically a slider used to be mid 70s, low 80s. Now we're in the 90s, right?
And his slider will be anywhere
it's
from
crazy.
I've seen his slider anywhere from 88 to 92.
Well, you know what, and I will tell you, there's two types of Tommy Johns, right? There's the regular Tommy John where they just, you know what I'm talking about, they just reattach the ligament, and then they got that other one where they put the brace in there, and now you got the brace along with the Tommy John. Now, from what Austin was telling me, if you get the one that has the brace as a Tommy John, now that can extend your career for a long period of time, especially if it's your first Tommy John and you have it young. There's a 70% chance that you're going to go back to your original form and pitch as if you had never had the Tommy John. And he says that Tommy John, the one that has the brace, that makes your arm even stronger, and you can throw those types of pitches longer. So I don't know if I would have my high school kid go get Tommy John. I wouldn't do it.
But this is the way I feel. It's never good to go have any surgery if you don't need to.
I agree.
Well, it's never good to cut on your body if you don't have to. That's just the way I believe.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm right there with you. I'm not going to have done to my kid. No, if it tears naturally, then okay, we'll deal with it and we'll figure out. You know, I think a lot of the ones,
especially when there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. I could have it. You can take your son and go have that done. There's no guarantee he's going to make Major League Baseball and make millions.
Oh yeah, there's no yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like you're taking a big risk, in my opinion, for really no reason, because some kids might never. High school is going to be the farthest they ever play ball. You have some that go to college, but there's a lot of your majority of players quit playing after high school.
I mean, and there are some that are probably good enough to go to, like, take for example my nephew. He's on the track to go play college ball, and then hopefully if he's good enough at college ball, then he'll go play pro level. But right now he tore his ACL because a high school football coach wanted him to come play tight end, and so he did, and he wound up tearing his ACL. My point is, to your point, Chris, let's say you are a parent and you go and get your child a Tommy John, and then he goes and has some freak accident where he tears ligaments in his knees, and maybe now his pitching career is no longer viable because, maybe he's just too messed up physically. So now you just sit and spend all that money and, like you said, an unnecessary surgery for an injury that you had to another part of your body that took you out of the game. I mean, who knows, right? But yeah, I agree with you. I think as a high school kid, that's way too young. I don't think you should get Tommy John unless you've had an injury. And that's just my opinion. But
I agree with you, Billy. I agree with you.
Yeah, there's one of my.
Only thing I would change on that is it's more than a few people that I know that could use it, that should have brain surgery. There's more than a few people that I know.
I'm a firm believer in the lobotomy personally, but to each his own.
But all right, Jay, you got anything else before we get out of here, man?
No. Hey, I just want to make sure people are tracking. Hey, make sure on Mondays and Friday nights. So the next one will be this Friday at 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern. We do a Monday night and Friday night show here called the Evening Recap. So check us out on that. That's all I got, Bubba.
You got anything?
No, I don't got nothing besides enjoy your wild card game and let's go Yankees.
All right. We appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at ESEN. And we will see you guys tomorrow.